before we get this video started, bike show update for you, and don't run off. It's a big deal. Stay right here 1 second. First of all, before we get started, we have an official Facebook page started for this event, so make sure you go find that, follow it, all that good stuff, whatever you do on Facebook. This is Maddie's deal, so I'm just telling you, spreading word. Real quick, let's talk about some sponsors, which I'm goosebumps already talking about it. Can't believe this is going on. We got a good sponsor list going. The first video you saw about this was Monday. This is now Thursday. You're seeing this on Friday. So like this is real-time updates. The first we did this was a Monday a week ago. So AME grips, AME grips, AME grips, however you all say them. I used to call them AME, but I guess it's AME. Anyways, they're on board. They're sending stuff to raffle. They're sponsoring. Albie's BMX, sponsor. Pork Chop BMX, super happy about that one. Super local to us. He's on board. My guy, Pop's Bike Shop, he's on board with us. Glenda Mitchell Law Firm reached out and wanted to help and do some stuff for our bike show. Y'all, for our community, our bike community. This big law firm, it's a big deal if you're around our area. So, Rad Designs in 1983, if y'all know, they're on board. So, quick little update. Amy Grips, Albie's BMX, Pork Chop BMX, Pop's Bike Shop, Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, Rad Designs 1983. Yo, come on, for real? Okay, that sponsor list being said, we still got feelers out to other people and reaching out to other people. I'm just waiting on the responses. Also, any of you guys out there, don't even got to be a BMX company. You want to help promote your business, you want to sponsor the show, hit us up. Please do. We want to help. I love this because it's helping the show, because it's sponsoring things for the show for you guys to win and take home with you prizes and whatnot. And it's also business networking. Super cool. It's getting these names out there to somebody that might not be as familiar as some of us. So cool. Any of you guys want to help out, please hit us up. We'll fix you up. One last thing. I've seen some comments. I've heard some stuff, seen stuff about show categories. I get it. I do. I like that stuff, but I just want to kind of clear something, not even clear something, just kind of express our vision for the show. It's called a show, but where emphasis is not on show. We want it to just be enjoyable and hanging out with our BMX peeps. All you guys that share the same passion just like we do. Like we just love it because we love it. And it's our first show also. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with a bunch of super breakdown categories, and it's not my thing. Like I want you to imagine it like it's just a Saturday or Sunday cruise in that you see in your local town. Whether you're into cars or you're not, you know what I'm talking about. And you just show up and you hang out with your car buddies. We're huge car people. We love to just straight up hang out with our car buddies. Yes, we go racing, but our favorite thing is to just pull up, hang out with our car buddies. So that's kind of what we're thinking. Like pull up our bikes, hang out with our bike people, and have it's looking like a killer opportunity to win some pretty cool stuff, like some rad prizes, all kinds of stuff. And that's what we want to bring. I would rather have more raffle opportunities for you guys to take home something cool than a table full of trophies from, that's not our style. I dig it. I understand where you guys are wanting to, but our categories, I think you can enter anything from a 1970s to a 2000s, whatever, can fit most minty, can fit raddest unit, can totally fit people's choice. And we talked about this a lot, and I kind of dig, that's like what we like. And I feel I've gotten a lot of most response from that, and everybody for the most part has responded to me that is like, bro, we're so pumped about the show. We just want to do a show, hang out, get the community together. And that's what we're about. Literally from our hearts, we just want to help the community, promote it, because we love it. And if we don't promote it, then there's not going to be anything for any of us to love. This is I don't want to call it dying, but it is super niche. You guys already know. So if we don't all help bring it up, nobody's going to. With that all being said, that's our bike video update. We're going to try our hardest. We are so excited to get updates and tell you guys about updates. You guys have no clue how behind the scenes excited we have been. Me and Maddie texting back and forth. Me and everybody just texting back and forth. Everybody going crazy. It's so exciting for us. So go check out the Facebook page. Make sure you're updated. You're going to get the fastest updates on that and Instagram and stuff, but we're going to keep you updated on the videos. Speaking of videos, enjoy this video now. What's up? Welcome back to Dad's Rad Fords YouTube channel. What's behind me? Our girl Ruby. Yep, been beating her up at the drag strip. Well, now she needs a little love and a little maintenance. Yesterday, actually found a little more weight in the front end. Took the crash bar out of behind the front bumper. This big heavy power distribution block somebody put in here that I've hated ever since I had the car. This big deal here. This thing is actually heavy. Plus some big heavy gauge wire that I took out, the washer reservoir, almost 30 pounds we found out of the front of the car. Anyway, so I'm rambling on about that. So took the car yesterday, new racetrack gas station opened up down the street from our house, and they have cat scales, like truck scales. So like, heck yeah, let's take it up there and see what she weighs. I'll put a picture of the little sheet they gave us in here, but pretty pleased with the weight. We're down to 3,040 pounds. That is with what I'm going to consider entry-level weight reduction stuff. We've just took things out of the car that we do not use, haven't started cutting anything, and I haven't done anything at all to the car that cannot be put right back. AC, it's nice today. If I decided I wanted to take the old lady to dinner, go cruising out later on, I want AC, give me an hour or so, we'll put AC back on it. That being said, I'm just trying to chip at things, trying to keep it as street car as it can, but we got to get some weight out on it if we want to go faster. That being said, today we got to address our clutch situation. It is gone. So you heard me talk about it in a couple of track videos. It is at the top of the pedal travel. I've only got a little bit of engagement left. She gone. So got a couple of clutch options in the floor over there. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to use. I found some really nice heavy duty, quote unquote heavy duty clutch kits from O'Reilly's, their actual house brand stuff. And I'm trying to get some sponsorship from O'Reilly's. Hook it up, making a couple phone calls, send some emails. We use O'Reilly's a lot, so we can get them to sponsor for some of our race car program, any of our car parts. Just, anyway, that's what I'm rambling on about. So I'm gonna try one of their clutches. They have a heavy duty clutch. It's a heavy duty friction disc, heavy duty pressure plate. I've got a lightweight, brand new lightweight McLeod flywheel to put in it. So there's some overall weight savings plus rotational mass, help the engine rev a little quicker, help it match between gears, not fall, or something like that. Yeah, so let's get into it. It's not terrible. This car has a tubular K-member and stuff like that, so you have a lot more room. These BBK long tubes on a mod motor, they're right in the way of the trans. You have to take the passenger side header off. So luckily, like I said, this car having a tubular K, it's not as bad as say when I was doing Maxine, pulling the trans in and out of that thing. Yeah, it's a little more involved because it does not have a tubular K member. It's a Fox body, everything's a little bit smaller, so shouldn't be too bad. Once you get the header off, the trans will just literally, we'll pull the cross member, pull the bell housing bolts, pop our trans out, see what our clutch situation is looking like. So let's get on up under it, start taking some things loose. I'll show you live action underneath the car what our kind of process is getting the trans out of this thing. Pretty simple deal. Let's follow along. Okay, we're up under this thing, and like I said, it may not, hold on, let me get a good angle for you guys. If you can see how this header comes under the trans some, I need to get a flashlight that can show you guys better, but trust me from experience, transmission will not come out with BBK long tubes. So, first thing we gotta do, get our starter off, and that'll give us access to the rest of these. Like I said, it's got tubular K member, so, I mean, I can see the entire header. It's not that bad. So, start by getting all these header bolts out. See, I can see most of them, so it won't be too miserable. Just a little bit of a wrestling match probably to get the rearward back cylinders 3 and 4 bolts out. So yeah, let me shut up talking about it and let's get after it. Okay, finally got all the hardware out of the header. I kind of forgot the process, but okay, starter's out, one header's out. Now we can move right into getting this transmission out. Like I said, starter's already out, all that good stuff. I want to get a new gasket for our header, which I probably have some gaskets over there. So let's get to pulling this trans out. There's the starter. Got our aluminum drive shaft out. One race bullet, trans cross member, one long tube. Now we are pretty much ready to get all, drop this trans down some here. That's that. Now we got the back of our trans drooped down. You can see I got the shifter off up top. Get this, there goes. That dripping again. So yeah, let's pull some bolts out and get this trans out of here. Transmission out. Release bearing does not sound good. Luckily, we got a new one. Everything up here looks pretty normal. Remain seals dry. Nothing to be expected there. Pilot bearing does feel a little crunchy. No big deal. We got a new one. So let's talk about it. Let's see. Here's our flywheel. Definitely got some serious heat transfer going on this unit. Yeah, same with the pressure plate. I definitely got her hot. So the actual disc itself is gone. There's the, where my finger at? That's the rivet where these things are riveted together. That's kind of your telltale wear indicator, if you will. Both sides the same way. Rivets, it's actually about to be touching. So that makes me feel good. Nothing crazier going on than just the clutch worn out. So let's talk about what we're gonna put in this junk. So my buddy was at the Moultrie swap meet a couple weeks ago. This thing was down there. $20, brand new in the box, McLeod. It's actually a lightened flywheel. I looked the part number up. A little bit of service rust, no big deal. Clean that up. So, our clutch. You got several options. If you got a freaking Mustang, you got options to the end of time what clutch you want to put in. You guys know I love my people at O'Reilly's, so I was like, let me just see what they can get. So, I found this part number. This is kind of like their house brand clutch kits, Power Torque. I've used them several times in stock applications, no problems. Here's the part number. Heavy duty, the -01 HD, and this clutch is a heavy duty disc. So it says it has increased clamp load on the, let me open this pressure plate. Get this pressure plate out. This pressure plate is supposed to have 10% increased clamp load on the fingers. And this disc is whatever material, I don't remember what material, I think it's organic, is what they said it was, but it's got, versus basically the same, looks the same as what we took out, except the center hub of this clutch is a little different, how the springs are like encapsulated in here, and they're smaller, but they're probably super stiff. So, I think this is what I'm gonna go with. This clutch, this part number, the -01 No HD. It says it's a increased torque load clutch, but it's basically a stock clutch. By reading in the details, it's basically stock. This one, the HD part number says it is that the friction material, the actual friction material has higher clamping force, and then this actual pressure plate has, they say 10% more clamp load. So I think that's probably going to be perfect. I don't need some crazy on-off harsh clutch. Just want something that clamps a little harder than stock, and that'll do us good. Okay, going together with this thing. Got my pilot bearing tool up in here. It's just got two little fingers. Slip it in the pilot bearing. This goes on the face of the crankshaft. You tighten this jam nut down. It spreads the fingers out in there. And with any luck, we'll be able to just, this pilot bearing's not that old, but the kit comes with a new one, so might as well put one in it. With any luck, we'll be pulling our pilot bearing right out of here. Probably going to pull the center out first, and then we'll have to go back in and grab the outer portion of the bearing. See the bearing coming out in right in there? There's the bearing. See, it's got the two little fingers out here that grab the tool. You run this jam nut down. So let's back this off. See if I can show you guys. Loosen this jam nut, it loosens this, and then you can slide. Sorry, it's not the best angle. There's just the center part of the pilot bearing. Now we got to go back and get the outer portion of it. So we'll just Loosen our tool up, and it's actually got a couple of little spots in there for the fingers to grab. So let's get those in there like that. Okay. Run this jam nut up. And it will spread the fingers out. You want this to be pretty dang tight because there's a lot of pressure pulling that out of there. Let's see if we can get this outer piece out. And that's that. There's the outer portion of the bearing. Obviously, this piece goes inside this piece. That's your actual bearing. Here's our two, this is the outer piece. This is actual bearing. This actually goes in here. They come assembled. Let me grab a new one. Yeah, so see, they're gonna come fully, new bearing, fully assembled. You just gotta drive it in the crankshaft. So I get a socket that fits around it. Usually keep one handy. Yep, socket that fits around it. Nothing, nothing special about this part. Literally just kind of get her started in there. You don't want to beat on the center of the bearing. You want something that fits around this outside race here so you can just drive the outer part in there. There we go, maybe one more. There we go. I like that. Now we can move our attention over here to getting this fork off and getting that release bearing off of there. Fork was kind of stuck on there. You can see you'll have to slide your fork. Let me get it. The fork rides on this little pivot ball. It looks like it has, okay. I thought it was beat up, but no, it's just grease and stuff. So, fork slides there, and once you get the fork out, man, this fork's heavy also. I wish I had a lighter weight fork. Slide your bearing off of here. It's got two little fingers on the back side that hold it. Pretty simple deal. Let's clean this pivot off really good. Clean this out pretty good. And a little bit of grease on there, just to help it. Clean this thing off too. The old trusty T45, she definitely takes the abuse for us. This thing's got a couple of good parts in it. It's nothing crazy. I have to go back and re-educate myself. It's been a long time. This transmission has not been out of this car and coming up, I mean, this has got to be coming up on 10 years. I have not had the trans out of this car since I originally put some grease on my splines while I'm greasing stuff, just to make everything go together nice and happy. A little bit of grease on the bearing retainer. Get our new release bearing, get it loaded on the fork. This is our brand new release bearing out of our kit. We're gonna literally just slide this thing in the fork just like we took the old one off, and we got a broken shift fork, clutch fork. See that? You guys see that ear? It's broke. I think it's probably okay to reuse. Let me just see how this bearing sits in here. I think it's probably okay. It's enough there. It's like the excess of it's broke off. Basically just kind of holds it in place. That's probably fine. I might have to actually dig around. I might have a clutch fork. Okay, there's our new McLeod lightweight flywheel coupled with our Power Torque heavy duty clutch kit. I'm anxious to try this clutch. I hope it works out good. Yeah, people at O'Reilly's hooking us up, trying to get them on board with our program here. So we're gonna try their clutch out and see how it does. So let's move forward to getting this trans stuff back in. Once we get the trans in, put that header back on, pretty much that job is done. So yeah, let's cut to stuff in the trans. Okay, jacking this thing up into place. Just get it lined up, and I'm using the trans jack. I'll kind of get me most of the way there, but I feel like I'll probably wind up manhandling it the rest of the way. It's always a little tricky. For some reason, stabbing a manual trans, everything's got to be just the right angle, but got her. The old trusty T45. Get her back in there. Hope she rose as good as she did with this clutch as did with the old one, which I don't see any reason it should be a whole lot different. I feel like this clutch, just from everything I read, is really along the lines of what we're going to need, continuing forward with obviously keeping sticky tires on it, throwing more power at it, because you all know we do have plans to spray old Ruby's freaking eyeballs out. We do have the kit sitting right over there on the toolbox. May or may not be on the next time at the track. I am not going to lie, I'm having so much fun just freaking driving the crap out of this thing. Chasing numbers with it. It's so fun. Like, just, I don't know, just looking for a little bit. I'm thinking about this is today's Monday. I was just talking to Maddie about possibly going to Brainerd on Friday night for a test and tune. Weather's pretty good here right now. It's a little bit of rain chance, but it's kind of cool here. So I don't know. I'd like to go back to Brainerd and run some, see if we can go, we went 781 there, see if we go 770 or something like that. I'm like, my mind is consumed with that, and it's just so freaking fun. And we are just continuing to chip away and dial in it. That's like our local track, the racing you've been seeing. They have this AUXITO index, and we are like, keep chipping away till we are almost, by the next race with these little bit of pounds we found, our new clutch. Oh yeah, I forgot, I put a big throttle body on it. We'll have to explain about that in a minute. Upgraded throttle body. This car's been running basically a stock throttle body with a very large cold air intake. Now the large plenum and stuff, so throttle body was a bottleneck. So now we got a big throttle body, matches all of our intake systems. So I feel like we are going to be on the number, and it is a blast. My hang up is, okay, so there's a 7.0 index. Sure, we can spray it to 7.0, but you honestly think I'm going to take this car to the track the first time and spray the house down and it's going to just be dialed in right on 7.0s? No way. It's going to be refiguring it out, struggle bus, more suspension upgrades for the rear, because we'll have to talk about that in a minute. I can already see lower torque box wear, like where it's starting to pull the torque boxes out some. And so, yeah. Anyways, my point being, I'm having a blast chipping away, doing the whole NA thing, finding every little bit of weight you can find to get out of the car. I think that's a big thing in the NA and just nitrous world is weight, getting these cars as light as you can get them. It's a freaking blast. Okay, trans installed. Clutch cable up, and obviously hook everything else up. The next thing is wrestle that stupid header back in there. It's not terribly bad. I'm bitching about it, but it's not that bad. Maxine's 10 times worse. The tubular K member of this car makes it pretty simple. So, just do a visual check, pull some wires back down where they go. Okay, so I'm hooking the clutch pedal up. Let me get some light. I don't know if I can explain this right. A firewall adjuster up top with the old clutch. I had it ran out so, like, almost maxed out to where I had to take a pry bar and normally you should have to take a pry bar, and let me just get one just for showing you guys, like this, and have to pry your clutch. Ooh, this is stiff. Anyways, I had the adjustment ran out so far that now with the new clutch disc in place, like the cable literally just falls in place and we've got slop. So now I'm gonna definitely have to go in and run the adjuster down some to get some playback in the adjustment out of the cable. So that makes me feel good. We definitely had a worn out clutch. This should definitely be an improvement. I can't wait to drive it. It should feel better. Hopefully it grips harder. I'm hoping, I heard a lot of people talking about like the stiffer the clutch, it'll kind of soften your launch, if that makes sense, because it grabs so hard, it's going to slow the inertia of your engine down. So I'm hoping it softens a little bit to where in turn we'll be able to raise the launch RPM, so then in the grand scheme it launches actually harder. Maybe we can get a 1.5 60 foot out of this thing. It's been a bunch of 1.62, 1.63 60 foots. So I'm hoping with the lighter flywheel and the better clutch, we'll be able to smack it harder off the line and maybe get a 1.5, and that'll be numbers on the big end. That's what we're looking for. Trusty rusty BBK header ready to go in. Yeah, I was just looking at these too. These things could use some cleaning up on the inside. That's a anyways, yeah, that's a solid ridge there. That's a future low-hanging fruit for horsepower there. These things welded outside. Ooh, yeah, you could, person could probably come in here and weld the outside of this tube, and then you could go in here. These things have a really large weld lip. Like, can you see behind my finger right there? That's a big, that closes down that opening a lot. I'm about to attempt to open. Well, so then if I do this side, that means I gotta take the other side. Let's stop. Nope, don't even go down that rabbit hole. Don't even start porting nothing out. Nope, let's just put the car back together.
All right, while we're doing this, I gotta ask Dad the question that's been going viral right now. I don't know when y'all are gonna see this, but who would win, 1 gorilla or 100 men? What do you think?
What? 1 gorilla or 100 men? 1970s men or 2025 men? 2025 men? Gorilla. We're on the home stretch. I'm sorry if you didn't get every single little detail going back together. I'm trying to get this done because I got a lot of work to do and it needs to get done today and make a video for y'all. So, but yeah, we're on the home stretch, putting our race bullets back on. Everything's hooked up. I have to go back up, have to go up top once we're done here. Adjust the clutch cable or the firewall adjuster. Other than that, we're pretty good. Start, oh yeah, I put the starter back on. That's probably pretty important. But yeah, home stretching, putting this unit together. Hopefully we'll take it out on test drive, see if it's, should be significantly better. At least the pedal should feel better. My pedal was like completely at the top. Like it had zero. When we went to the scales last night, I literally was like, dang, we might not, this thing might start slipping on our way home. Anyways, let's jam this together, keep rocking. Okay, starter going on. That's basically the last thing. We'll let it down, check our clutch cable adjustment. Tighten up this main starter lug. Yeah, all right, let me look at this thing. Starter bolted up. We're looking, oh, I need to top the trans fluid off. No big deal. Yeah, let me check the clutch adjustment, get these drain buckets out of the floor, and then we can crank this thing and see what kind of pedal feel we got. I'm hoping it's not crazy super stiff, but I'm also hoping it is somewhat stiffer than what I had. Giving the old trans a top off with this little pain in the butt pump apparatus, but guess what, it works. I don't even know that it was that low. Some fresh synchro mesh. I'm a big synchro mesh fan when it comes to manual transmission stuff. It's the good stuff. Harsh application like this transmission lives in. No lift shifts all night long sometimes. Guess I lost a pretty good bit of fluid. More than I thought. It does take about half a day, seems like, to pump 1 bottle. But putting the plug in, adjusted the clutch up top. It already, in the car, just putting my foot on the pedal, it feels much better. It's nice and lower to the floor. I'm not necessarily trying to get like a bottomed out clutch pedal, but it's about, you know, good few inches off the floor now, so I'll be able to, should be good. Should be, hopefully she grabs a little harder. I feel like I can hear it in a couple of the videos, like between the shifts sometimes, going down the track. Like I do not, once I leave the line, I don't lift. It stays matted through every shift, but it feels like it even has like a little stutter. And I feel like the clutch is maybe so worn and I'm shifting it super high RPM and I don't lift, like it's actually flashing the clutch a little bit and it's pounding the limiter because it's got like a ta-ta instead of just, usually it would be like just go right through the gear. But no, it has a little, anyways, I'm hoping this fixes that. So we'll see. I think it was literally just flaring the clutch between the shift and letting RPM flash up just a little bit. We shall see. Bolting the shifter back up here, getting our long throw Hurst handle bolted back up. Ready to roll this thing through some gears, hopefully. Pedal is, God. Yeah. This is, gonna take some getting used to having a clutch that actually works. This thing got some grip. I've installed it about 2-3 times. God. It's intense. Too much traffic around here in the afternoon to do any good tests, but we're gonna try to do a hit in just a second. All right, we're gonna try to do a slow down here and do a little 1-2 pull real quick. No burnout or nothing, just kind of roll into it, see how the clutch feels. I'm fine with that. 2 steps on the street. Immediate tire spin. Immediate tire spin. Okay, test drive went good. Clutch hits hard. It's so grippy, it's kind of hard to creep it along, like coming in the driveway, about stall it. You just got to give it some RPM. I'll get used to it. Feels good on the street, takes the shifts good and hard. It actually feels a lot better. I'm pretty certain that clutch was probably killing a little ET. So, like I said, today's Monday. Our plan is Friday night. Go to the track where we ran 780s before, see if we can go a little bit faster up there on Friday, and North Georgia, Brainerd Motorsports Park. Other than that, yeah. I didn't show it, but we put the big throttle body on it now. I think I already talked about it, but she's basically ready to go. She needs a good fresh bath, a new fresh salty captain bath, and she's ready to throw on the trailer, head to the racetrack. I'm ready chipping just a little more items off of our hot rod, just getting, trying to get tighter and tighter in the 8.0 class we're racing in, and it's so much freaking fun. All right, y'all, Ruby's off the trailer. We're back up here at Brainerd. We ran our PB last time. Try out our new weight savings and our new clutch. I'm really kind of, I don't know, we'll see. I have ready to get first pass jitters out of the way with this new clutch deal, so you get it figured out. It hits hard. I'm afraid it's gonna spin. Anyways, yeah, I think we're probably 50 minutes to an hour from going hot on the track, but it's Friday night, sun's out, feels good outside. We're at the freaking racetrack. Let's go. All right, y'all, here we are pulling up the lanes for our first freaking lick. Here we go. I'm curious to see how this clutch does. I'm very interested to see how this clutch feels. It's super grabby. I'm afraid it's gonna freaking, I don't know what it's gonna do. About to find out. Here we go, here we go. First pass, new clutch. Damn it. Missed third. We was on a rip though, 169, 60 foot. Good Lord, it hit hard, that clutch did. I heard clow in the back. I freaking missed third like a jack leg. Idiot. Oh well. We're going right back up there. Okay, let's try this again, see if I can find all the gears this time. Idiot. All right, let's try this again. Ruby, come on, let's get this thing down here. All gears this time. there. I freaking red lit though. I was trying to jump on that tree and I red lit like crazy. I'm gonna turn in two-step up, y'all. This thing's hooking hard. I'm gonna turn in two-step up. Let's go. We're gonna go fast tonight, maybe. $785. Yeah. Tires grew a little bit, 15.6. I'm gonna get them back down to right at 15 where they're happy. My boy about to get a ride down the track. Oh yeah, new helmet goofing too, by the way. I'm loving this thing. My boy, Christopher, my brother, hook me up.
What the heck?
It's it leaves a line, don't it?
Dude, that was no joke, bro. Oh my god. Now I expected my head to go back, dude, but I was like, wow. Dude, this thing has some power behind it, bro.
It's not bad.
Oh, it's crazy.
What it is, she's a runner.
How far you've gotten this thing is crazy, man. This thing rips.
It's definitely a different feeling. And I know watching it, even for you guys on video, you're like, whatever,
no,
but
dude.
It's an experience in the car.
Freaking G-force in this thing, bro. You whipping back, I'm like, damn, dude.
Trying to roll them gears, man.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna be in the Air Force now.
All right, guys, we're in the lanes for, I think this is our fourth pass. Yeah, first pass I screwed up. Second pass went 785. Third pass with Noah, we went at 8.1 with a passenger. And now I'm going solo. And when Noah, I had a two-step at 73 and it felt like it bogged a little. So I'm shooting the moon. I got it at 4,500 on the two-step and we'll see if it takes it. Got a Tesla beside us, so it looks like we're about to get gapped by a Tesla, but we ain't worried about him. We're finna run our race. We're looking for numbers. If for some reason we're ending up with a solo pass, we're gonna try the right-hand lane out and see what it's like. Second gear, I think, left the chap. Second gear is gone. Second gear left the chat, boys. Shit. 4,500 RPM is too much for second gear. Man, we was on a rip. Well, Lord. Well, okay. Well, found the limits of that transmission. Got no more. I broke the shit out of it. No second gear. We went 1,660 foot. It's about what we've normally done. Let's get the thing to pit, see what we broke. Okay, yeah, officially, we broke it. Second gear is nothing, but it's like it's stuck in first. And if I try to put it in reverse, it's like it's bound in between two gears. So I broke it pretty bad. I'm gonna take it home. Maybe as soon as tomorrow morning. I might just take it home tonight, dump it in the garage. Tomorrow morning, get up, get the trans out of it. See what's actually broke, because this transmission's got some good parts in it, so I hate to just put another one in it, but trans, she gone. Okay, sorry, just realized I did not shoot an outro for this video, so I was getting a fresh cut by the homie Maddie in her salon, and like, so let's shoot an outro real quick. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. We are pumped to get back to the track. Ruby is upgraded. She is even better. Hopefully keep her rolling through these gears now. I'm super pumped. Big shout out to Handle Motorsports. Those parts, top-notch stuff. I'm really pleased with that stuff. Really proud of myself for doing the thing too. I hadn't done one in a long time. So anyways, stick around for some more track action. Going even faster. We're about to spray the house down. Go fast. King of the Hill race coming up on the 14th. If I haven't already said it, like, subscribe, comment, stay rad.